Hello, everybody. This is Sarah with Regenerative Food Systems Investment. Today, I'm here to tell you a little bit about our new Rooted in Health virtual event on June 22nd and 23rd. This event is dedicated to exploring the complex intersection between the way we do agriculture, the way we operate our food system, and human health and nutritional outcomes. We are excited to be spending 2 days exploring this through the lens of various stakeholders involved, from farmers to food companies to innovators to healthcare to investors and funders. We have a robust agenda planned from 12 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time each day, and you can learn more about the program and register at rfsiforum.com/health. But today, I've invited 2 people who have been instrumental in developing this year's program. David Lazaks of Croatan Institute and Tina Owens of Danone North America to give us a little sneak peek of what the event has in store for us. So welcome, David and Tina.
Great, thanks.
Let's start off with a general question. I'd love for each of you to share how this complex relationship between regen ag and human health and nutrition aligns with your own work. And I think we'll start with you, Tina.
Yeah, so Danone's mission is bringing health through food to as many people as possible. And we are also a leader within the regenerative ag movement with 82,000 acres and more invested in soil health research. And so we're forever curious on this topic of bringing one planet, one health to life, and are looking forward to the conversation and what is a leading edge of this movement as it relates to regenerative ag and health and nutrition.
Thanks. David, you're up.
And for Croatan Institute, our mission is to build social equity and ecological resilience by leveraging finance to create pathways to a just economy. And over the last several years, we've really been focused on different parts of the food system as it relates to finance and investment. And in the learning, in the exploration of that space, we've hit mostly on equity issues, on environmental issues. And as we explore the fuller range, the fuller spectrum of what a more regenerative agriculture looks like, it's the relationships and the connections around human health and health outcomes has been unexplored. And I think that this is the time where we're able to really stitch all of the pieces of this movement, of this kind of thematic pull all together, and it's happening here through the Rooted in Health event.
That's great. And we've put together, and I say we've put together, and I mean David and Tina have done a lot of work to help put together 2 half days of learning around this topic. We're featuring some of the companies and the individuals who are on the cutting edge of this space. Some of our speakers, include Dan Kittredge of the Bionutrient Food Association, John Fagan of HRI Labs, Sophia Elizondo of Brightseed, Dr. Stephen Rivard of Iroquois Valley Farmland REIT, Urvashi Rangan of Fora, and Renska Lind of First Course Capital, among many, many others. So we have a wonderful group. David, you'll be kicking off the program on day 1 with Mandy Ellerton and Aaron Meyer, diving into the different ways that agriculture, food, and human health are connected. Can you give us a little taste of what you're going to discuss?
Sure. So over the past 6 months, the team that you just mentioned and I have been working on this review paper, kind of a synthesis that we're titling The Regenerative Agriculture and Human Health Nexus: Insights from Field to Body. And in this session, as part of the conference, we're going to be discussing all of the different ways in which a more regenerative agriculture has relationships to human health, both from the perspective of things we don't want in our food and things we do want in our food. And so a big focus on nutrients, full spectrum nutrition, and really going across this journey from soil to body, and how a more regenerative agricultural system harnesses the power of nutrition across value chains, and how we make sure we're valuing those compounds across the food system, and providing some reflections and some opportunities and some action items, especially for investors and others who hold capital to create and to really nourish these relationships within the food system.
Yeah, really exciting research, and I cannot wait for this conversation. So thank you for that. Tina, you'll be leading a conversation around what we still don't know about nutrient density in our food. Can you tell us a little bit about what you and your fellow panelists will share?
Yes. So we're going to delve into the topic of nutritional dark matter, and there's been hypotheses that we know less than 1% of what's actually in our food. The USDA tracks 150 chemicals in food. There's actually 26,000 that make up the nutrition that we get out of food. And so there's a lot of answers coming to questions that we didn't know to ask. And the three companies I'll be talking to are the Bionutrient Food Association, Teak Origin, and Brightseed. And Danone actually has a partnership with Brightseed, mapping the molecular level of soy. Bionutrient Food Association is working on handheld tech that allows you to scan and instantly get nutrient density from fruits and vegetables and beyond. And then Teak Origin is already doing nutrient density scanning at point of origin, point of sale, actually with big customers and retailers like Walmart. So, what does that mean for supply chains, for CPG, for big retailers, and for the consumer and their purchase intent and awareness of how nutrient density is showing up in the current food system?
Awesome. Thanks so much, both of you, for the little sneak peek of what will be fascinating sessions. We also recognize that there's a critical importance for collaboration in the space, right? There's still so much to learn, and we're really trying to bring together diverse stakeholders across both food, health, agriculture, investing, funding, all of it. So we have set aside some time during the program for connecting through breakout discussions, and I'm looking forward to getting some great insights out of that as well. Tina and David, as we wrap this little session up, I'd love to hear what each of you are most looking forward to coming out of this convening on June 22nd and 23rd.
It's the first event of its kind to really talk about the link between soil health, human health, where tech is at, where food is medicine is at. We've got speakers from the American Heart Association, people who've designed their own markets that are feeding the food as medicine movement. And so there's just a lot to be excited about here. And I'll kick it over to David to see us home.
Sure. So last year at the main RFSI conference, four of us stood up a session on the relationship between regenerative agriculture and health. And that was really the beginning to this conversation, where so much emphasis has been placed on the environmental outcomes of agriculture, of all different kinds of agriculture. But food is mainly what we eat, and the products of our agricultural system, food, fiber, fuel, pharmaceuticals. In many cases, we eat them, and those we know have increasingly costs or benefits depending on some of the human health outcomes around that. And it's really time to broaden the tent of how we talk about agriculture and food systems, and really bring these silos together of those who are working on health and health issues, really from a preventative approach, and those who are working in agriculture, and how can we really bring these two, what are two separate issues right now, mainly, not entirely, but mainly together at the same table. And we know that to move these forward, of course, it's going to take work on the ground, and farmers, and policy, and advocacy, and of course investment. And that's at least one of the themes that we'll be talking about through these 2 days, of where there are opportunities to harness the power of investment toward creating more healthy food systems.
Love it. And I'm so excited for this event. Thank you both again for joining me for this. Thank you for your hard work on this event, but also for all the work you're doing to advance this conversation out there in the world too. So thank you for that. A reminder for our listeners that you can learn more and register for Rooted in Health, which will take place June 22nd and 23rd at rfsi-forum.com/health. Remember, this is a virtual event, so you can join from anywhere. And if you can't make it, you can register and get access to the on-demand replay of the event afterwards. So thank you both again, and I look forward to seeing you soon at the event.